Bring it. 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 Bring it.
Oh, baby. I like that fade in and fade out. It feels right.
It feels right.
I need something that feels right. So, I mean, you guys, we all have very, very, very different professions, right?
Mm-hmm.
The fucking absolute emotional roller coaster of sales is just it's almost like going back to your dating days where you think you're getting laid, where you think you got a shot at getting a little snibby, or you hit a fucking seed and it just catches the top of the fence, or somebody robs you. Like, it's just a fucking emotional roller coaster. Sales just I thought I had a day today, boys. I thought I had shit lining up and it was going to be a great end to the quarter next month. I thought things were the ducks were in the row. And then I get an email.
You weren't feeding them, though.
Yeah, you don't talk about ducks with your job.
You can't talk about ducks.
I didn't feed the ducks today, although I did. I got a call tonight for something else before a minute. I went and grabbed drinks, and he's like, "Hey, sorry, I got a guy, and they want to talk to your guy. Can we make this happen?" And we got it set up for tomorrow. And man, I was driving to the dairy field. I was like, fucking driving. I'm like, man, I could fucking jerk off so hard right now.
This is an emotional roller coaster.
But yeah, so and then I'm at the dairy field having a drink, and I get an email saying I'm passing on both your candidates because of this. I'm just like, coming back down. Whoo! It's like when the fucking nose candy wears off. It's just like, what the fuck? Just a lot. So,
but like
anyway.
like a roller coaster, is it fun but also kind of a little scary?
Yeah, you know what? Down? It is. Listen, it's a blast. It's the rush, right? Like you're climbing up, you get an offer, you're at the top. You know, is your person taking it? Does your client like your candidate? You're still here, and then one way or another, you're going off that cliff. It can be a good cliff or a shit cliff. Oh, it's always fun. What's going on, boys? Yeah, so not a bad little start to a Tuesday here. Beautiful day.
Sounds like you had quite an eventful roller coaster of a day.
It was good vibes only, and then at the end of the day, right before we came on the podcast, the good vibes went away. So, right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fucking roller coaster of emotions that is Bring It. And here we go. Here it is. Another email just comes in that caught my eye on my phone. I was supposed to have it down. Just came in and we're riding back up the roller coaster tracks. Good stuff's coming back in, boys. D-Money, what's happening, baby? What you drinking?
Tonight I have a Lawson's Finest Liquid, the Little Sip IPA. It's nice. They have them down the street. A lot of the different Lawson stuff, and it's nice to go back every once in a while and just have a nice little sip.
I the first time I had a little sip, I guess my issue is I discount things when there's all this hype behind it, right? Like it's hard when you hear things getting blown that to live up to that full potential. I had my first, sip and it was delicious, but I didn't think it was what everybody was making it. But it's very good beer. So it's good.
So I viewed the whole Lawson's and the Sip of Sunshine stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like it's old.
Mhm.
Everyone else has kind of like changed their style and gotten better, and I think that stuff's just the same.
That was back
but they
when
were
it
one
first
of
started
the
coming.
they were one of the original, like I'd say, or close to one of the original NE IPAs. if you will.
When they
Nipah.
released
The
in
Nipah.
New Hampshire, I can remember like seeing a post from the Old Birds, and I went right over there so I could pick up a 4-pack because it was the first day it was releasing, and I was like, I have to get it.
Yeah.
But I think now you're right. There's just so many other ones. So try Lawson's just finally did put out a new style.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still an IPA, but it's a much juicier New England style IPA that's hazy. It's pretty
like
good.
The fuzzy or something like that? I forget. It's a purple can.
Yeah, it's the purple
Yeah.
can with like a dinosaur or something on it.
So I had that one and it was
Okay.
pretty good.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
that
it was
was yeah.
Well, Coco, what's happening with you? What are you drinking?
Nothing. I got the bubble hop, the same as kind of similar to last time.
All
The
right.
house bubble hop, but it's this one's a Galaxy.
Oh.
I have to hold it real.
Can I hold it?
But, it's this guy right here. Look at
I
that.
like that
Yeah,
good long
look at that.
sleeve little Wally. Speaking of Wally.
J-Ro,
Yeah.
what are you drinking?
Oh, he said speaking
What do
of
you-
Wally. I thought we were.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought-
yeah.
Seguin?
I'm right
Seguin.
now. So I went to the women's Beast of the East this weekend for the 35 minutes it was not raining. I grabbed myself this Fresca mixed. It's a vodka spritz. We're back to Italy. It's it's Fresca with vodka. Like, what the fuck is wrong with that? And then I got the cocoa vodka pineapple version here. I figured I'm gonna go light tonight because the roller coaster. I didn't want to break out I had an 8%er earlier. I had some vodkas at the dairy field. I didn't need to add to this.
You didn't want that dip to really dip.
Yeah.
You didn't
Maybe
wanna
go,
see me.
maybe
Yeah.
submerge under some water and come back out the other
Like
side.
early episodes, J-Ro.
I'm
Or do
crying, just calling out my clients and candidates and being like, why the fuck can't you guys just work together?
Or a barrel roll. Yeah, you don't want any of that. And
Shirts coming off. Oh,
So I noticed it when you moved to the side, and I knew what the picture was behind
Yeah,
you.
I was gonna
for you.
say
yeah.
For your-
that's our
But-
rumps.
and
That's my ass.
and that's me in between you two, in between the
There's-
two big guys.
There's Coco's son and there's D Money.
Yeah.
Love it.
I didn't get to go to Martel by the River on Monday night. We had to buy this week, so I figure this is from the Merrimack Minute, which is a league podcast we do every 12:15 on our Facebook group page. So if you're not in the league, you can't join. And I just kept it up. I'm like, I wasn't at Martel by the River. I feel like I'm being hugged by a couple of big burly men right now. I love it.
There you go.
No, but we'll get into a bunch of things tonight. I think, the Jim Beam Classic we're going to definitely talk about. That's a huge tournament. We're going to look up in Maine. Maine's having their Memorial Day weekend tournament. That seems like there's a lot of new teams playing this weekend. Here's my first question for you guys, and this is in direct result to the women's beast, right? I know Hickey gets a lot of shit for canceling tournaments a little, early. Up here we're a little further north, so Hickey canceled a tournament April 30th, and it was beautiful up here. And it's like, well, fuck, Taunton's an hour and a half. They're on the water. Like, weather's completely different. I don't know if people sometimes know how weather works, but would you rather have a tournament be canceled and not play, drive 3 hours, 4 hours, 2.5, whatever it is, and play in, hope you can get a tournament in, but then an inch of rain, inch and a half of rain comes, bad weather comes? Or would you rather the tournament stay on? Did I already give that option? You know what I'm saying. Would you rather have it be canceled early or go and play and hope you get it in?
So I think that's it. There's two answers to that. And you had mentioned, like, if you're driving 2.5, 3, 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm driving out of state,
Mhm.
of course I would most likely just would prefer to have the tournament canceled before I leave.
Yeah.
If it's down the road, I don't care. I you know what I mean? I'll drive 20, 30 minutes that day. If it gets canceled, I'm close enough to home where,
Whatever.
you know what I mean? I can just drive home. So it's kind of a two,
Yeah. It's a
yes
tough
and
one.
no.
Yeah.
And I think what breweries are in between?
Yeah, like
Huge.
because we've been
We've done this
to
before.
yeah, we
You
got
did do
Tan-
this.
yeah,
You did this.
Taunton. Hickey tried to run it. I think it was 2017. It might have actually been the Beloli
Yeah.
tournament.
Mhm.
2017, yeah.
Yeah, you guys, it was bad beat. I think you guys won the first game in a close game. You were in a big game, I think.
We
yeah.
upset the Beloli team.
Right.
Yeah.
And
then they murdered us the next time we played them. But yeah, we went to Trillium as you would. When you're
What
when
did
your
you-
8:00 game, you play
Right.
your 8:00 game, and then the tournament gets canceled. And you're like,
I think that was I had a family event, so I stayed up here. It was a family event in Salem on a lake. And by the time you guys had made it from Trillium back up here, I was finally going to that event. And I think I met like 3 of you at Border Brewer. We just got
I think we did meet that day. Yeah.
We did a day of it.
Jeez.
That's
Whew.
where a certain member from the team told another member of the team's significant other, "Oh no, the tournament's canceled. They should be home soon."
Yeah, right.
Ooh, that's some shit I would say by accident.
Oops.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, and I get that. Like if it's at Martel by the river for us, or if you're in if you're like Hartford and you're playing at the Plex, like whatever. It's 45 minutes, done. But if you're driving, I'd even be okay with Taunton. Taunton's an hour and 50, an hour and a half. I feel like if I'm driving over 2 hours,
That's
like,
the line. Yeah.
Jim Pilla did it for the Beloli women's team. Beginning of the year, they were driving a brick. The Stanford
And I think
bobby
that-
pins went down.
And I think that tournament still happened, right?
It was beautiful, but he didn't want them
Yeah.
driving, So Molly's in Connecticut, but the rest of them are up here. 5 hours, 6-hour drive down to Jersey, whatever it was,
Just
4.5
in
hours.
case.
Yeah. And here's Molly coming here saying, I'd rather get games in and then quality time with the homies if it's going to get canceled, then drive back to CT. Does that drive? Yeah, it does. Got to hang out with Molly at our friend Edith Los Primos. We went there after the tournament. Amanda and I went to Abel before the tournament got canceled. Walked into Edith at Los Primos, and it was packed of softball people.
Which is great.
As per usual, right?
Yeah.
Our girl Edith, she had a birthday.
How
this
many
week.
margarita towers are going to be sold during every beast of the East this year? Like, if you total them all up.
I don't know.
Over
Probably-
under is going to be like 20, right? 22.
I think some of the teams might find a way to throw down 20-ish. You go 2 and screw. Edith
If you
opens at
right,
11.
and if you have teams traveling in and they're staying close, and because then you're also adding that too.
So that's going to be all the E teams are in Merrimack, I believe, correct?
I haven't looked into it enough because I don't know what they'll do. Is that what it was? Yeah, that's what it's been the last couple of years.
Right.
E
I
has
don't
been
even
in
know.
Merrimack. D was out on
Yeah.
the coast.
I think it's sticking that way. I'll take a quick peek. But yeah, if you're up here for the Beast, regardless if you're on the coast or in Merrimack, Manchester area, go see our friend Edith at Los Primos in Merrimack, New Hampshire. Anytime you're up here for a tournament, go say hi. Go say the podcast sent you.
Absolutely.
And have a fucking day. Yeah, E is in Merrimack, Manchester, Londonderry, Brown and Mitchellfield. Where's that one?
That's Brown and Mitchell.
No
that's by the
way, they're
cemetery
playing
in
Oh
Manchester.
man.
And
Yikes.
Mines Falls. So it's for E, it's Brown and Mitchell, Nelson, Martel, Mines Falls, Tradarski, and Wolf.
If you got a game at Brown and Mitchell, bring your disc golf set. Bring your,
Yeah.
bring your
That's right
discs.
there, okay.
Hop back there. It's not a bad course, and it's free 99.
They have not allowed anyone to play there, I don't think, in a long time.
Really?
So I'm interested to see what happens here. I know it's an E tournament, and maybe that's why they're allowed to play there. I know that home runs were kind of an issue because there's like just houses behind the field.
That's the
Okay.
field we've talked about, Jero, where you were using like stadium balls in one pitch.
Right,
you.
but we were using like metal single wall bats.
They were still finding the
Love
house.
Yeah, but they were still finding their way over the houses too.
Yeah, and then the D's out in the out on the Seacoast, same fields that we've been using the last couple of years. Hey, are we gonna be revealing the bracket for the men's beast? By the way, I've got that question a couple times.
I'd hope
Yeah.
so. That was fun.
Let's talk to the powers.
Talk to the powers that be.
The B, yeah. Maybe we
But
can
yeah,
get
so
on
that was
here.
something that came up this week. I was thinking about it because I know the shootout got canceled in Connecticut. I mean, it wasn't like we weren't talking an inch, like a half an inch of rain, under an inch of rain. We were talking an inch and a half of rain coming on these tournaments. Like this was significant weather.
In Connecticut, I saw, it was like an inch and a quarter, and that's over the whole day. Like that, it was literally like every single hour was going to rain. It sucks, but I was perfectly okay with the decision to not drive down there, stay in a hotel, and then turn around and drive home.
Yeah. No need for that. Better ways to spend money. But yeah, that was just something that I was thinking about. We all kind of got down to the women's tournament, the women's beast this weekend, though, didn't we? Down in Merrimack and Manchester.
I hit up Wolf.
All two of you guys, yeah.
Yeah, I
I
see
didn't end
Dustin
up
show
going.
Oh,
up.
you did? I thought you went down.
I was going to, and then
Decided not to.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't tell Coop that you and your son were going, because he would have just been like this the whole time.
Yeah. Well, I never confirmed. So I had it was the thought that counts, really, when you think about it. It was raining, and
I saw
was
your thing. I saw your thing. I went and hit some balls in the morning, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go down. And I was going to try and get like the last couple games. I was going to get up in the press box, but somebody broke the lock box to the press box, so I couldn't get up there. The dump truck diva, your former coach D.
he broke a lock. Why?
Because he doesn't know how to close a lockbox.
Oh.
Colby Boulay. So I couldn't, and so when the rain came, Amanda and I just bolted, but I showed up at 12:40, and they were like an hour and change ahead at that point. I saw the Wall Stars with 9 beat Beloli, and then they played well against Sharks. They were playing well all day. They had 9 all day, and they were having themselves a day. Sharks look good, which we'll see up at the PIF. Coco, who did you see out at Wolf?
So I saw is it off the what's the so what team that their name? They lost it.
Not
yeah.
so what anymore. That's
right,
what
whatever it is. They lost to a D team. I watched that.
Really? Who'd they lose to?
Team out of Maine called Highly.
Real go off. Get off.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think it's
get
get off. I think it's go off.
Yeah, they didn't go off.
I think we talked about this earlier in the year.
Yeah.
It is not get off, it's go off.
And then I watched a little bit. Sharks played Highly immediately following that one. It was pretty interesting.
Huh.
They all know each other
Mhm.
like very well, it sounded like, and how excited the Sharks players were when Highly knocked off go off, get off. Just like openly cheering. But then
really?
But then after the game, like some of the people still from that team were like cheering for their friends from the Sharks. And it was like this is way too friendly, I think.
It is a friendly game. The women's game is we've talked about
Hayes
it.
doesn't
it's a
like
different
it.
game.
This is way too friendly.
I didn't say that. No,
This
what
is
if
too friendly.
I watched one teammate yell at another one saying, "Stop cheering for them. We need them to lose too." But then the Highly team would have won the pool.
Wow. I don't know this Highly team. I did hear about them though when I was over at Martel by the river.
Yeah,
they were good. Out of Maine? Where in Maine? Do you know?
I don't. They were battling though. They had a third baseman snap one off that I saw. Like snap one, get up, make the throw to first to get a runner. That was a good play.
I didn't think you were supposed to do that. I think you're supposed to just roll around on your stomach if you make a play at third. That's at least what I do. I'm like a turtle.
There.
And kind of
Just throw the grenade.
Yeah.
Didn't you throw a ball in one tournament we played and you like shuffled it over to Timmy Robinson playing short? Was that you?
Yeah, that was at the Kobe. I dove into the 5-6 hole and then just flicked it to the shortstop, Timmy Robinson, and he threw it. Still can't get any call. But that Highly team was good. I mean, obviously they knocked off Go Off and
yeah, they battled.
And that was their first tournament. Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't
That's
know
all
the
right.
depth of the knowledge.
I
But I
don't
went
have-
to a game, so
Yeah.
got that going for me.
tough stat here for the Wall Stars, though. They were one of two teams that got eliminated in this tournament. So after a really good win, they went on to. They must have played the Sharks right away, and then they played a third game. They got their money's worth.
Yeah,
They
they
played
did.
the most games.
They got their whole tournament. They got all. They were one of the two teams that actually played a full tournament out of the 11. This was a tournament early in the year where it was unfortunate because I had some teams from New York and New Jersey reaching out to me to wanted to come up and play, but the schedule just came out later than some other places, and you make your schedule earlier in the year. But they were asking about coming up to play. Like, I know the Girl Scout dropouts were one. I think run like the Winded or Relocated Twat Waffles, however you want to, refer to them by. And I think there was another team, but they were all curious about coming up and wanted to play in this Beast of the East on the women's side. I would love to see this women's tournament get to 20 teams and make it a 2-dayer.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, up until this year anyway, you used to be able to count on that first weekend or the first full week of June. That would be the Beast of the East for the men's.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be nice if the women's side of things, you could start to count on that.
Yeah.
And that makes it a little bit easier. So even if the schedule is not out, you knew Beast of the East is the very beginning of June. Plan for that.
And the week before Memorial Day is the Beast of the East for the
Right.
women.
And that would make it easier. And then you don't have to, because if that schedule doesn't come out, at least they know, like, all right, that one's going to be there every time.
Yeah.
And usually these tournaments, that's how they're scheduled for the
Right.
most part. I think there's very little change, here and there. But yeah, if you're going to play in a tournament, just the schedule will be out. It'll get out there. Just hold off.
Well,
Like,
I think
what's-
it's
I
also
get
only
it
the
too.
third year they're doing it, so it
Yeah,
not as
true.
well known,
Yeah.
and they're not from around here.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of it. You need to plan. You do need to plan some sort of schedule. We used to always try to get ours done by February.
Right, but I mean, I'm playing in the Upper Beast. My team's playing in it. We didn't know when it was going to be scheduled, but we were like, we're going to play in that tournament.
I think being more local helps with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, and I Dustin, I understand what you're saying, but I do agree. Like, I mean, it is like the third year, and where it hasn't been drawing teams from, Storm came up for this. You're drawing teams from outside of New England. Even you're starting to get some teams 5 hours away because you see other players around here, other teams around here traveling down south, and they want to come up north and play up here. I get where it's not necessarily like a steadfast thing. Now, next year, if it's still the weekend before Memorial Day, boom, right away, you can pencil that in and make that happen. I have to ask, is there a cat? Is there a
Is there an
cat
Oliver?
fucking in somebody's mic
My
right
dog
now?
is snoring over here. He's like just sitting next to me, snoring like crazy.
I was going to ask that too, so thank you.
That is great. No, keep him snoring. It's awesome. No, so that's it. Like, I would love to see, recoil would be tough. Like, could you see the Proaxion women come down for this, for the women's beast? Get the Girl Scout dropouts to come up. So if you can get 3 or 4 more teams from maybe a little further outside, you get 20 teams, you make it a 2-day tournament. Now you get people really coming to travel like the E and the D side.
So I think that when you change this tournament to a 2-day tournament, I think more of those teams are going to come up.
Correct. Yeah, I agree.
I don't like, even if it's not like a big tournament, if you can stretch it out over the course of 2 days,
Where it makes travel worth it.
Yeah.
yeah, for those
right.
teams
Yep.
coming from 5+ hours away.
Yeah, I think 4 hours away, I would like to play in a 2-day tournament.
So let's look at that then. To make it, so they used the 3 fields right now, right?
They used
That's what
Wolf,
was planned.
Twinarski, and Martel by the River. Yes.
With 11. So what would you 3 fields? How many do you think they could get to make it 2 days? At
16?
16 would get it to 2 days. When was the scheduled final game?
Well, 5:30, but that wasn't.
5:30.
Or
No,
no,
but
no,
I'm
no,
just-
7:30.
Yeah, so they could.
It was 7:30. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
it
did
would have to
notice-
be more of an event, so you end up just paying money, and I know that umpires on Sundays are also tough, so it is hard to justify just doing a 2-day tournament to bring in some more teams from further away. But I do think that might be the correlation. You know what I mean? Where if it makes sense to go there and stay the weekend, then you have a better chance of getting teams to play or come and stay.
Is 18 teams kind of a 2-dayer? Is that the number? 20? What does it look like?
Well, the E is at what, 24?
24, so you're not that far off.
So yeah, you're not far off. Yeah.
And you're not having tournament, people play until 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night like we did last year. Or we did last year at the Beast, I think there was one game after us. We finished at 10:30 and there's another game after us still. Just because, we played 2 extra inning games. But, just food for thought, realistically. I got to tell you, it was great to see a lot of the ladies. Had some great conversations, honestly, at Los Primos about the women's game. I'll tell you what, there's a couple people that get a lot of shout outs for the growth they've done, Lori and Hickey. It's recognized and got talking about a lot of different things with some of the players at Los Primos. It's interesting. I always like getting, we're on the outside. We see what's kind of going on and what's trying to happen or what doesn't happen. It's interesting to hear from them and how they feel, with what they feel like with these tournaments. So it was. I wish I could have watched more, but it was fun to see a lot of them. Those below the uniforms are nice though,
aren't they? Just love those colors. Speaking of Bololi, the Bololi Open coming up in a few weeks. It's jam packed. I think Keith said that he's taking sponsors up until this week.
This week?
I think this week is the last week. So if you know somebody who wants to get on that shirt, anything, reach out to us. We can get you to the right person.
Did you see the one that just got announced today?
Yeah, I did.
The Whoopies, Wally's Whoopies.
Wally's Whoopies.
Oh, yeah. That's almost worth the trip down to Taunton on its
own. The Wall Stars, the Wally's Whoopies. Yeah, if there's going to be some Whoopies down there.
Mm-hmm. And there's also, there's no, listen, if you want to sponsor, there's 50 sponsors currently. We're not even talking. It's not a huge commitment. Whatever, if you want to sponsor, we'll get you in touch and you guys can figure it out. We're not talking about, it's not $1,000 for a sponsorship with this tournament. If you want a sponsorship for $1,000, you're more than welcome to. But he's open. He works with a lot of people. There's a lot of different avenues to go here. So if you're interested in sponsoring an unbelievable tournament, there's going to be a lot of reach. Your business is going to get out there, and it's going to be seen by a lot of people, both inside the softball community and outside the softball community. So, yeah. But shit, I fly back in from Denver at 9:30, 10 o'clock on Friday night. And
Denver. Gorgeous.
Yeah, I've got a company retreat out there. So we're.
You're going to a company retreat. What does this involve?
You ready for this?
Please tell us what this company
hiking. I bet
our whole company's getting together because we're remote. We're spread out throughout the country. There's only 18 of us, so we're all going to Denver. We fly in Wednesday. We have a team dinner. Well, we're going to the Colorado Rockies Giants game. We have a 2-hour scavenger hunt and then a team dinner Thursday night, and that's it.
That's dope.
I am going to be fucking hammered. I'm probably going to be in and out of multiple dispensaries. These guys already know I'm a fucking mess. Like, my office is a fucking bar. Like, so they know I'm a drunk. We're good. No, I'm not a drunk.
I can't wait for these people to meet you in person.
Can you go live?
Maybe see you cut the rug out there on the dance floor.
Some karaoke in the leotard.
Yeah, some karaoke.
Are you going to bring the leotard just in case? Do you think it finds its way in?
See,
bring it.
I almost
bring it.
I start running through the fucking hotel. I mean, they already know. They all know I've got my nails painted. I don't know if they know how big I am. Because like I'm tits up.
Is your name tag Big Boy J-Ro at work?
So one guy I work with calls me J-Ro because I'm like, dude, that's my name. Like, that's who I am. I'm J-Ro. Somebody called me up today. He's like, hey, Jason. I'm like, who the fuck are you talking to? So I think this is going to be the time where they really can be embraced by J-Ro.
And so are you bringing? Go ahead. Sorry.
Are you chaperoned?
No.
You're going out there by yourself.
Solo, flying solo.
Oh yeah.
Me and my seatbelt extender.
Are you are you bringing the sissy underwear?
That's a great question.
And
See,
are
here's
you going to show any of your teammates the different colors that you have?
That's his swimsuit.
here's the thing. So I like this job. I do. I'm pretty good at it
So
too.
that's a no.
So I'm trying to keep anything that'll get me in trouble home.
So you're
So-
staying home.
Well, that too. There's no podcast stickers. I'm not wearing the hat, no t-shirt. They know I host a podcast. They don't need to know the name of the podcast. I don't want them fucking friending me on Facebook. I want none of this shit.
We don't need to talk about 4 of the 24 people watching right now are actually coworkers of yours.
If they can't handle you at your worst, they don't deserve you at your best.
Yeah, but how many like you said, I like broadcasting on Friday afternoons or Thursday afternoons when I like going from a chaos broadcast and then into a dual broadcast for Bololi Brothers over to a call on this monitor and then coming right back. They don't need to follow my activity, okay? That's what I'm trying to stay away from. I don't care about this. I care about when I want to broadcast during the day.
It's pretty much what people were doing during COVID, right? They were getting 2 jobs and working from home. And I mean, that's probably still doing.
We just ran into a couple of those, but yes.
Yeah. Good for those people, though.
Oh, could
You know what I
imagine
mean?
that?
Could you imagine just 2 incomes?
Yeah, we had
Working-
someone that was building like birdhouses while he was supposed to be doing his job.
Okay, so that's a side hustle.
We're talking about like 2 development jobs.
This was at the manufacturing plant.
It-
they
Oh,
were
Jesus
going to
Christ.
and
the
they were teaching
Yeah.
from the plant.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's almost even more impressive
That
because
is
a lot of these
very-
people are out here getting 2 remote jobs.
Yeah,
This person
he went for it.
is going
Allegedly.
to. Yeah, I don't believe this guy.
I have it on good authority.
All right, guys. I want to bring something up here. We'll get back into the softball talk momentarily, probably.
Maybe. We're gonna
Potentially.
rain out. Yeah, the rest of the softball.
Well,
talk
we're
is
going to get
gonna be
into the Jim
postponed.
Beam Classic. We're going to get into, and then we'll get into the main stuff as well. But there's a couple things I wanted to touch base on here quickly. There we go. So last week, once we got off the air, the boys, we started discussing some things. Now, if you don't know, we have a Discord. And we'll jump on there beforehand. We'll have ourselves a day. We'll chat with you. Come in. We can say whatever we want. It's more of just like talking to your buddies on the phone. And we got into a marry, fuck, kill.
Oh my god, I forgot about this.
Yeah, well, guess what? I didn't. So marry, fuck, kill goes a little something like this.
Oh man.
The marry, fuck, kill starts with Mickey Rourke, Gary Busey, or
Don't zoom in.
or Nick Nolte. So marry, fuck, kill these 3.
So here are my thoughts. Nick Nolte looks the most sane out of all of these people.
is
And
crazy.
look at this picture. But
That's
if you
the most sane out of these 3 guys.
like this guy is yeah. He's the most sane.
Okay.
Maybe you marry him.
All right, you're gonna marry. So we got Nick Nolte, and then we got Gary Busey and Mickey Rourke.
I think I'm gonna fuck Gary Busey, and I'm gonna kill Mickey Rourke if I can.
Really?
If I can.
If you can. There's a lot of plastic there.
He looks like a character from that old video game Clay Fighter.
And wasn't he the wrestler?
He was the
Isn't this
wrestler.
He was the
So,
wrestler.
it's gonna be tough to get this guy down.
He cut his own finger off on a deli slicer.
I mean, that's.
The 70s and 80s were wild times.
I cut my
And the-
finger on
and
a
the wrestler.
mandolin.
Oh yeah, the mandolins are dangerous. Mandolins are like those. I love a mandolin because the slices are nice, but
It's a
fuck.
perfect slice, but yeah.
So I
didn't-
saw something on TikTok. You curl your fingers up and just put it in your palm and just
Yeah.
that's how you go.
yeah, I
So,
was using the
The way
Yeah.
you're not supposed
the
to.
knife technique of putting your fingertips down.
ooh.
But anyway, why don't you guys?
Coco, who you gonna
Enlighten
marry,
us
fuck,
here.
kill here out of
I'm
Busey,
doing the
Nolte?
same one, but
You're
it's-
going the same way.
but this is why. Not because I think he looks.
If you can get rid of the
Safest?
hair, I think he looks stable.
I'm doing it because I'm doing it because the cartoon character's got to go, and Gary Busey is fucking crazy enough that it might be a wild ride.
Like, look at
And if I don't
Gary
do
Busey.
If I don't do that, he's going to kill me.
Wow.
So I can't kill him. He would be like T2000 or whatever. He would show up again. No doubt in my mind, he'd be behind me in this episode right now, looking in a window.
Busey.
Yeah, fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at his
So-
left eye here.
Yeah.
That is
So you're gonna
that's a
marry-
Terminator eye.
Marry Nilty, fuck Busey, kill Rourke if
Yeah.
you can.
The
If you
same
can.
exact, yeah.
All right.
You might have to melt him.
So yeah,
Good
fucking,
strat.
you're gonna have to go
That's
into
a good
Terminator.
strat.
So I'm gonna go pretty much the complete opposite of you boys. So I'm killing Nolte. I don't see. There's no real sex appeal here to me with Nolte, so I can't really fuck him. I'm not big into beards, even though I'm wearing one. The hair needs some work, so Nolte, you're out. Of course, no my
That
mouse
hair
dies.
needs
You can
some.
share headbands with him.
What? Where is he right now when they took this picture? Do you think
He's
he's like
Just
Coming out of
got off a roller
jail.
coaster.
he's waking up on the sidewalk? Like like he looks like he just woke up, but he's outside.
And then, you know what?
He
I
looks
fucked
very
up.
confused.
I always forget this part of everything here when we're talking about something like this. You need a little Feed in the Ducks music. I am going to marry Mickey Rourke because I feel like you can dress Mickey up. Look at him. He's turned into, he looks like a female bodybuilder. Actually, that's it. He looks like a female bodybuilder now.
He's a 70-year-old female CrossFit
Yeah.
champion. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm sure he's fully waxed or he's done
native wax.
electrolysis.
Right, he has no eyebrows.
He can't not smile. It is permanently like that.
So it's always going to be a refreshing smile when you see him in the morning. And I could put him in a dress. I could put him in a cocktail dress and be okay. He's going to also help me move things. Yeah, so I feel like Mickey Rourke would be a good life partner here. He'd be
Would
the
you
one I marry.
submit? Would you tap out if he got
You know what?
if he
Maybe
got
that's
you
just for
with
Wednesday nights. Maybe Wednesday nights is my turn to be the submitter, me
Okay.
the submissive. He can dom me. And then, who doesn't like putting their dick in crazy? Like, it's always fun fucking crazy. Like, let's not kid ourselves here.
So we all agree. We're fucking.
Everybody's fucking Busey.
Fair.
Oh, but yeah, I opened up Discord today to jump into the pre-show chat that everybody can join. Go to our link tree. It's in our bio. Go to the link tree and join the Discord. And I saw that and I just started fucking laughing. I'm like, we have to go back to this. But yeah, so staying on the topic of, long weekend travel. Well, getting back to the travel topic of tournaments. The Jim Beam Classic, big conference event, but also you got the Ocean City tournament down in Maryland. That's a big, 60-team tournament. We were talking about this before the show, and we were even talking about this even with the women. Great weekend of travel, and if you are, make it a 2-dayer and have a ton of teams and make it a weekend. Like, what a great weekend this could be for either you're going to Tennessee or you're going to Maryland.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you had to pick, which one would you do though?
Regardless of teams, like level, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
Like if you
Yeah,
just had
yeah,
to
yeah.
pick a spot.
Yes.
Wow, that's a tough one. I think I'd rather go to the Jim Beam Classic. Because I just feel like going there, you're going for a tournament, you're going to win a tournament or try to win a tournament. I feel like, Ocean City, you're at Ocean City and there's a lot of distractions there. And it's a typical beach.
I think I'd be the opposite. I feel like I would be more distracted going to Nashville because I've never been and because I've only heard it's awesome.
How
I don't
far
know
is
if it's in Nashville though.
No, it's in Cokesville, Tennessee, which is outside.
Yeah, I think it's probably like an hour or two outside, most
Oh,
likely.
okay. Then
You
I feel like I'm not
probably-
going to get in trouble there.
Yeah.
less likely to get in trouble there.
We just said we were all gonna fuck Mickey Rourke or
You're gonna get in
Gary
trouble
Busey.
there for sure.
Yeah, yeah. You're an hour east of Nashville. Like you're going out there. Like it's gonna be. I think you're just. Yeah, you're in the middle of the state. There's nothing.
I think
there.
the last time I was in Tennessee, I was on tour, and we bought 2 ounces of the shittiest weed. I don't even. It probably wasn't even weed.
You sure it wasn't oregano and you were supposed to make
Dude,
a pasta
it was
sauce?
brown.
Delicious
It was brown, but we were in Tennessee, and we were.
Oh,
It was all we had.
you know what they call that? They call that heroin.
Yeah. Well,
Brown, he used
it
it.
was,
Good old Tennessee weed, heroin.
yeah, that was rough. That was it was one of those things where like we'd smoke a joint and it would be like an instant headache, but we still kept doing it
All right. I guess why you might not want to go back.
because we were like, hey,
You bought it.
we bought it. This is our investment. This is our choice. We are sticking with it.
Who'd have guessed 2 ounces for $6?
Yeah, it was cheap.
It wasn't good.
It was cheap. Yeah, it was bad. That was.
Tennessee Tech is in Cokesville. Oh, you're in the middle. Like, yeah, you're gonna get some. You know what you're gonna get out there? We're going back to the moonshine. That's what you're gonna get out there. You're not getting that brown weed. You're
not getting that brown.
You're
weed.
going to get the clear liquor.
Yeah,
I've always
that's what
wanted
we
to
should have
go
went
fully
with.
blind.
I like to be a clear liquor. I like to make sure that the ladies like the clear licking.
So I guess I'd switch back to Ocean City.
So you want to go away and have a good time?
That's the tough part. I mean, if I'm only doing a tournament once, and I'm going to a place once, it's such a different experience that for me, I think if I'm not near Nashville, Ocean City. But I don't know. I don't like the beach anyway, so I don't know that I get myself in really as much trouble as you are talking about.
So I feel like when I go on a softball trip, I feel like I'm going to play softball, and I might go to like 1 or 2 restaurants
Yeah.
when I'm there.
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. I don't.
I understand that you're
acknowledge.
like, oh, I want to, you know what I mean. I'm not one to like venture off the path of
No.
of what I'm there for. So
I-
I think
I
I'd
would-
probably go to Tennessee.
I would stay until Monday and do like a Sunday night, do something.
Yeah. Hey, there's a disc golf course right behind Cane Creek Sportsplex here, which is one of the fields.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm with you, D. Like when I go to a tournament, I mean, shit, I've gone to Worlds twice, and when we're knocked out, I'm gone. Like the next morning. I rather travel if I want to go away somewhere. Now, if I'm going to Europe, different story, right? If I'm going to somewhere else and like it's more of a trip, different. But if I'm going to play softball, like I'm there for one reason. That's it. I'm the same. Like maybe go find a brewery if there's something close by, but I'm not going way out of my way.
right.
Yeah. It's just the athlete in us, Dustin.
That's where I am right now.
Corey's got the tourist bug. We've got the athlete bug.
I haven't been to a lot of places in life. I'm
Really?
looking for it still. Yeah. I didn't travel and I didn't leave the country. I went to Tijuana as like a 13-year-old, and that doesn't.
That
played a-
was amazing. Jesus.
Have I said that I played a show in Tijuana?
Oh
It
yeah,
was
and
a
we
fun show.
love this. You can tell
Like-
stories about Tijuana every time it comes up. Then I mean that in the like that's.
I was
like,
just yeah.
Yes,
I just
I
remember,
want to hear them all.
Yeah, I remember there were shackles in the bathroom, like
Mm.
chains and shackles in the bathroom of the place we were
Exciting.
playing at, and I was like, "What is this?
Well,
What are we doing?"
Let me
here?
tell you. Let me tell you about that.
That is definitely a place where trafficking was happening.
Or at the time it was happening, like during the show.
Yes. Yes. That was not a fan screaming for you
No.
guys.
You ever seen the movie Saw? You want to play a game? Yeah, so this is but I also like tournaments like this, like the PIF. You know, some of these other ones, like the one in oh god, I'm forgetting about it. The Amish country, the one in Amish country, where it's the Amish tournament in is it Ohio? We talked about it last week, or Indiana in the winter.
Probably in Indiana. The
Yeah,
that
where it's
they
like yes, the
broadcasted
big
last year.
festival.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
You know, like those types of tournaments where there's some some history. The one up in Michigan, Corky's, like those ones. Those are tournaments I'd want to go to. Beast,
The whole enchilada.
the whole enchilada.
That one sounds good. But
So-
I think it's the same weekend as Sea Worlds, or it was last year, which is
Yeah.
like such a weird
It sucks.
weekend. But I guess it's got to be on some weekend, right?
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah.
Happened to Wally's Worlds. Coming
Yeah.
up
Jerks.
into June. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, I think that's a great question. But no, this Jim Beam Classic is gonna be fun. We got obviously our ladies from Chaos are playing in it. PF is going down. PF is going down playing that. They haven't played in a conference event since. They haven't played in a
They haven't
conference event.
played
This is
one
their
yet.
first one, right?
Yeah.
So they got a tough little draw.
This is going to be tough. But hey, you just go out there and
Who cares?
you hope that they're playing Monster, right?
Yes.
I believe.
you
Yeah,
mentioned,
you hope that team is just like taking you lightly, and you go out there and smash, and then make it a game. Give
Yeah.
yourself a chance to win it.
That's all it is. Like,
Yeah.
go out. You got TB, so all things
He's
are
gonna
possible
keep the boys
with
up,
TB.
right?
That's it.
He's going to
TB
tell
is the
everyone
ultimate
to
hype
go.
man. I love it. Who's TB with? BYB? The sponsor of the Below the Open?
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you see what I did there. But no, so BYB. Hold on. Let's go 2 for 2. So yeah, I'm back from golf. I think I'll be back from golf in the afternoon. I should be able to get the PF game. I don't know how Chaos. I love you guys, but I don't know how many games I'm golfing this weekend. Big boy J Rose got his sticks out. Golf clubs out, and he's ready to play. So he's playing a couple times this weekend. Oh, they're playing 7:00 on Friday night. We might get a double header.
Look at that.
We're gonna get ourselves a double header on Friday night. I'm coming back from
boy.
Overlook. 5:30 we'll do PF. 7:00 we'll do the Chaos Ladies, and then that might be it for the whole weekend. To be honest with you,
Sounds like a fun doubleheader, though.
Yeah.
Might
I'll
have
be
to join.
shit faced.
Might have to join
How many
Friday?
people? Yeah,
Friday.
at 5:30.
5:30. I got Friday off.
That sounds like a pick up pizza, put the kids down in front of the pizza. I'll let them watch Uncle Sandal from afar. Microphone or headphones not in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he knows. They know if is you doing the podcast, is J-Ro Uncle Sandal going to be there? We can't listen to what he says, can we? Like, no, you cannot. Cooper will be like, come on, just one headphone. No, you still hear all the swears.
But I am good when they're around with my mouth.
But you don't always know that he just wants me to like give him one.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
I'm
not
doing it,
going to
buddy.
be good. Even
Why
in
not?
person, though. In person, I'm really good.
Mhm.
Unless they're at the field, then it's after a tournament, whatever.
And that's me as a dad
Yeah.
having to say, like, there are words you don't say.
That's different.
We have that conversation. We learn.
But yeah, no. So this is going to be great. I didn't realize it was this weekend though. This looks like a fun one. I mean, shit. The men's side has, what'd you say, Dustin? 40?
I think it was 31 that Coco said. I don't
it's
have
right
it
around
up.
30.
Let's see here. Event
But the-
home. So there's 31 men's major, 18 women's 16 women's. Yeah, have a day. This is
Yeah.
bigger than the beach.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be.
Dustin, what do you bring to the beach?
It's what you don't bring to the beach. You don't bring sand to the beach.
What do you bring? What do you bring though?
What do I bring? I mean, geez, depends on how long we're going to be out there. An easy up, several chairs, one of those fucking massive, like cart things full of kids' toys, 3 boogie boards.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, maybe a couple backpacks if people are throwing it in there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Parents,
usually the guy. I mean,
You're the one carrying
yeah.
shit.
My father-in-law goes out there early. Sometimes he'll get the easy up there pretty
Okay.
early in the chairs, but I always have the massive thing full of kids' toys that my kid rarely touches.
Right?
I
That's the
like
worst
half of
part.
them.
You pack all of that stuff. They're like, no, we need this, we need that, we need this. Hey, do you want to use this? No, that's boring.
Yeah,
You just,
just like,
trudged
what
it through the
are you
sand.
fucking talking about. Yeah, that walk from like the little area
little
where you
one.
Yeah.
can roll it to
That's
like through
miserable.
that real dry sand. That's tough.
And it's
Real
usually
tough.
hot.
Yeah,
on the feet.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I don't want the sand in my flip flops because it's in between my toes and it feels weird. And then you throw your sandals off, and then you're like, okay, my feet are on fire. What am I doing?
Oh,
It's
man.
just not a good,
Doesn't sound
time.
good.
The kid will then say, "My feet hurt," so you have to carry them now too.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Or he's sitting in the thing, or he's already in the thing. Like that's just
Oh,
The beach sucks.
The beach with kids
not fun.
sucks.
It's
Yeah,
not
I'm
fun.
already
I don't like
already
without
tired
kids.
thinking about this. Like
Yeah, I mean-
bring what do I bring? A chair, a backpack, and a towel.
And a
Done.
cooler.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. There's a cooler.
Do you read a book on the beach, or do you listen to music, or what do you do on the beach?
Ooh,
when you're-
great question. So Amanda was scared when we went on our honeymoon.
Because she
Because-
just married you.
Where did you?
Well, that too.
Did you go
So
to
sorry,
some third
sorry,
world-
Sasha. I know I proposed to you, but I'm a taken man, the killer. But no, we went had a great honeymoon. We were in Greece on an island at a resort, and we had an adults only pool. And Stelios would bring us bottles of wine. And she didn't know if I'd be able to relax. It was fucking great. I read a book in the little like 3 feet of water in the adult this little like wading pool
Yeah.
for hours. So now when we go to the beach, because before then we'd hang out at the pool in Connecticut, and I'd be teaching the little kids how to do great cannonballs or different dives off the diving board. And she's like, can you not fucking just relax and lay by the pool? I'm like, no. Now I just read.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like
It's the only
that.
place I read. There in like airplanes. What about you, Coco?
I love to play bocce. I
Ooh,
very much enjoy
great game.
bocce down in the wet sand.
I think bocce is probably is it the best beach game?
Nope. Nope.
Okay, that was a quick no. I'm just asking.
Paddle tennis.
Paddle tennis. So
The paddle ball with like that little rubber ball, the wooden paddles.
The one that's on a
That's the-
string so that you can't lose it.
that's
No.
horrible.
If you have the right person, it's a great game.
Okay.
The best though. That's just playing catch.
Yeah, that's.
Are you competing against each other?
Yes.
It's not like the little like lacrosse, like plastic lacrosse sickles.
highlight?
that you-
Beach paddle.
I know what it is. I'm trying to introduce you to
No.
a more fun game than this,
Bocce?
but you're doing the same thing.
Maybe some wiffle ball.
Wiffle
I used
ball.
to play wiffle ball in like high school at the beach.
Okay. But I think
Um,
bocce is for
Yeah,
me.
bocce, you know what? You might be right. I'm thinking about, see, this is the one I'm talking about.
Yes, I know. We know what you're talking.
Okay.
We know what you're talking about. There's no way that's the most fun
Yeah,
game.
that looks miserable. That ball is going to hit the hard sand and it's gone.
No, it doesn't
Right.
bounce. It's not a big bouncer. It's just a little bounce.
Yeah, it doesn't bounce at all. You
It's
have to pass it back and forth.
little-
It's not a competitive game. It's a cooperative game.
Bocce,
Um,
bocce though, really, because you can play bocce sober. You can
Can.
make bocce a drinking game.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Dustin. See, I see what you did here. I'm picking it up. I got you. You're thinking.
yeah, bocce's the game.
Yeah.
Because like wiffle ball is great, but it takes up a lot of room. Playing catch, playing football, beach volleyball takes bocce. You can do anywhere, and you can do it competitively. You can gamble on it. You can drink to it. You can just play with your niece and nephew. You can play with your son and daughter. Play with your grandparents. Yeah, if you're bringing one game, fucking god.
Playing
Cheers to you,
catch.
sir.
So you mentioned playing catch. I gotta say, frisbee on the beach is awful.
Yes, because the
It's,
wind.
wind.
you throw it and it's just like, and you're like, all right, you do that like 10 times. You're like, what are we doing out here?
A football in the ocean is great.
At my bachelor party, they played can jam on the beach while a group of us played
Oh,
bocce. They
Now,
had
Can Jam might be one of the best yard games.
they would have to throw it out into the waves. It was so windy down in the Cape that it was bringing it all the way back to the bucket. Like they were
Yeah.
throwing it 10 feet into the water.
Keep your
the wind
frisbees
was-
at home, people.
But it was great. It was the Cape. No one was on the beach. We probably played like 300 yards worth of bocce just back and forth.
Yeah, bocce is the game because I mean,
yeah.
yeah,
Can
you get
jam's
a
great.
set of nice heavy balls for can jam for not can jam, but for
I come with two
bocce.
everywhere I
Yeah.
go. I got them.
you throw that Bellini
Yeah, that's the
Trampoline.
pecker. That's my
Yep,
pecker.
you,
Yep.
you throw it out there. And
Maybe I'm
just
gonna ask
set up
Amanda
to it.
when we want to start. Like, hey, honey, you want to play some bocce? She'd be like, yeah, sure. And it's just gonna be my personal code for sex.
All
But
right.
one of the things
Here
that
comes
we've
my
seen,
Bellini.
one of the things that I've seen in the last few years at the beach that I've actually played
Okay.
is like quad volleyball.
Okay.
Discuss.
So it's like you have to just tap it and it's a square. It's like Foursquare, but you're playing volleyball.
Interesting. Foursquare
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
great game.
Foursquare.
Not at the beach though.
No.
Foursquare is not a beach game at all, but so it's like, yeah, it's like Foursquare. So if it drops on your side,
Yeah.
you're out,
You're out.
and everybody just circles in.
Okay.
Okay.
Kind of everybody moves. Yeah.
Kind of like a hacky sack circle.
Kind of like a Foursquare
Foursquare.
of volleyball.
Jeez.
It's actually exactly like Foursquare, except you don't create new rules if you win.
Even with the filtering part. That's,
Yeah.
did
If
you ever
you
get
lose,
into
you step out and you go around and get in line. And the next person in line, the first person, they play.
You know what was a great schoolyard game? One of my favorites. This is one of my favorite, and my niece and nephew have it in their backyard. Tetherball.
Tetherball.
You
I
get
didn't play
that
much
right-
of it on the school.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
I still
You
only
get-
think I've ever just hit it around the pole and never played against another person.
Okay, so I went to I'm an 81 born, so maybe
It was that little gray area in between
Yeah.
81 and 85.
that might be it. That
And
might
that's
be
the
it.
I'm
area-
87 and
yeah.
way back.
So like it
And
might have
that's the
been.
area.
A
I think
game from,
Napoleon
like,
Dynamite was big into tetherball. So I'm pretty sure that's the
Yeah.
area that they
Uh-huh.
that they filmed that in.
So it might have been like that 75 to the 84 born.
Yeah.
That might have been big with them because
The tetherball
I do remember,
generation.
when I got to middle school, I didn't see the kids playing tetherball when I went back to the elementary school to ride to the ball field. So maybe that was it.
Yeah, when did tetherball lose steam?
I don't know,
the
and
day
why?
after it came out.
So the key to tetherball is wrapping it all the way around until
the
it
angle.
stops.
Yeah.
Is it,
but
uh,
I was also a monster. I was also always bigger than everybody. So
Bam!
it's just
in
like,
your face!
fuck you. We had buddies of mine had this in their yard. We'd had my one friend, I won't use his full name, right? Because allegedly, I don't know.
Because he got
Whatever it is.
smashed in the face by the tetherball at one point.
It's still an
Well,
open investigation.
We had the blue monster because left field was his house for wiffle ball. We had the bases, and then the other corner of the yard we had tetherball. We had a basketball hoop in the front. I ride my bike to his house, and we'd play games outside all day. Kids today are like, I
Oh my
gotta
God.
play on the computer.
I remember like really good wiffle ball fields
Oh yeah.
when you were a kid.
Mhm.
And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, they pop up on my YouTube algorithm, and I'll watch some
Oh,
wiffle
yeah.
ball.
So-
Was it wiffle ball league?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
out on that. I never liked the throw it as hard as you can thing. I would just go play baseball if that's what I was going to do. I would go down to I lived a half a mile from a baseball field. If we wanted to do that, we'd go down and play baseball. Wiffle ball, I wanted to see how big you could get it to break, but not
yeah,
throw it
I would-
super hard.
Yeah, I was
We
more
would
of a
play 3
movement,
games a day.
not yeah.
I was a big movement guy. Like
So
I would start my curve would start behind
Yeah.
behind you and hit the chair.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, as a lefty, I could throw the big break, but it just went right over the dick. And that thing got taken
They
out.
just sit back and just boom.
You got-
Okay. Thanks, Hayes.
I came across something. I was thinking about something when I was at the field. I got talking to Amanda about it. Worst person to talk to about this. I love saying a ball's pissed on.
Yep.
And it makes no fucking sense. But I love saying like a ball is absolutely fucking pissed on. And then a few days later, I'll send it to you guys. A TikTok came up where it was like babies named after baseball. One was Homer, cute baby, whatever, Ace, cute baby. And then it was
someone
Slap Dompy Dick, fucking pissed on missile, 450 to dead center. And it was just this big chunk of a fucking shithead.
I was gonna guess piss
Yeah.
rocket.
Piston is going to be a really bad piston. Like the what was it? Street Fighter,
Yeah,
Piston Honda.
Piston Honda,
Piston Honda, Piston Honda.
Piston
Dude,
Cup.
I see what they did there.
Ooh. But yeah, no, I was thinking about that when we were at the field, and Amanda just looked at me and she was just like, "Okay, yeah." I'm like, do you never think something's so fucking awesome and you hit something so hard you just pissed on it at work?
Yeah, I think that's the only time it's used.
Yeah, it is.
When you hit a round ball.
Yeah.
Because what is that? Like, that doesn't even mean that it's hard.
No, it means nothing.
Difficult,
right? Like,
what if you have a weak prostate? Then your piss is fucking. It's a slow stream. Like I wake Amanda up if I wake up in the middle of the night to pee. I've got a fucking
pus.
Go to your doctor. I sound like a fucking fire hose in the me and my 3 inches are into the toilet. Just she's like, you wake me up. I'm like, well, I'm healthy.
She should be happy about that.
All right. So we got everybody down at Jim Beam. Memorial Day, the Green Turtle Memorial Day Spectacular in Ocean City. We got RDDs down there, Six Boroughs down there. Curious to see Six Borough this year and what they've done. Diamond Dynasty. Yeti's there? Yeah, Yeti's down there. Kale Bololi Brothers down there, the Conference B team. I think that was it, right? A couple of teams.
Spacecraft out of Connecticut.
Yeah, that Connecticut team.
Yeah. John Stevens, I see he's umpiring down at the Jim Beam Classic this weekend as well. He joined the podcast during a broadcast. An umpire out of Jersey. Does a lot of conference events.
So you guys said that a bunch of teams were going up to Maine?
We got a 9-team D tournament on Sunday. I think that's Amanda and I's drunk day. I might go to the coast that day. But yeah, 9-team D tournament. Looks like I'm on the Beast. That's why I'm like, this is a lot of fucking teams. Yeah, I'm looking at the Beast.
There's 2 weeks on the 27th.
There's 2 E teams, and then there's a E. I think it's a 12-team E tournament on Sunday in Maine. So
Saturday is the
Saturday. Sorry.
Yeah, and it looks like there's 2 NITs, D and an E, on Saturday in Rhode Island. 8 in the D, 13 in the E.
Oh, that's right. McGongle just asked me if I knew anybody looking to play because they need an outfielder. Yeah,
I wonder if we're gonna see. It's always tough. Like this year is the tough year for like the upper teams because both of the tournaments at the Plex got canceled.
Ooh.
Right. So it's like, I wonder what you're going to see. It's just because the open teams, it's so much harder to find tournaments, right? There's like one specific tournament in each state. Mm-hmm. Which we do have June 3rd coming up in Rhode Island.
Oh, nice.
June 10th, Taunton. I think there were 4 the last time I checked. But it makes sense to get in it if you were planning on playing in the shootout, right?
Yeah, so you'll get, any of the upper teams, obviously, or any D team that's on the wait list for the Beast. If I don't get in the Beast, I'm going down to Rhode Island to play.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's a 4-game guarantee, I believe. I think it's
really?
2 pool. Yeah. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Get to play some good fields down there too.
Yeah, and then the Bololi Open is the week after that, which I am pretty pumped for this year.
I actually booked my flights strictly based on the Bololi Open. So they asked us what dates we could go to Denver, and I said I can't go out Tuesday, and because I wouldn't be able to get out there in time, and I'd be naked through Denver. So I said Wednesday to Friday is ideal, and they came back and they're like, "We're doing it Wednesday to Friday." I said, "Good. We can still pod, and I'll be on the flight in the morning at like 9:30 too. So I'll be shit-faced by the time we get there. It'll be perfect." It'll be great. All right. What do you guys think? What do you feel? We're good?
Yeah, I got sucked into a website, so I'm good.
Corey, and you motherfucker. So here's the thing. You get mad at us when
Reddit. He's like, what?
No, I was looking at the main.
He's on space dicks right now. He gets mad at us when we don't talk to him. He gets mad at us when he talks too much. Like we cannot win. This is why you're on websites just going down rabbit holes. What the fuck, guy?
This one was at least I was looking at the enemy, and then there were teams I never heard of. So there's a team out of Hooksett, so I looked at them, and then I was looking at the Hiley tournament. You asked earlier where they are from. They are from Auburn, Maine.
And on that, we'll see you guys next week. Have a happy Memorial Day.
See you later.